For anyone watching this in the future, we're currently slightly sitting in the dark because Talarian, my husband, has my phone, and that's what I use to turn the lights on for the key lights. So in theory, he'll be back at some point, and there might be lights turned on, but we're just gonna chill and vibe with this because we can still play a game even in the dark. It's fine. Okay. We are gonna jump in
You're on a
here.
path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
So as we're jumping into this, I am gonna utilize the skip button a little bit more. So if at any point you all get confused of what choices we made or what loop we're on or what's happening or anything like that, don't hesitate to ask. If there's dialogue that we've heard before, I can push the tab button like this, and it will like take us to wherever the next menu is, and we don't have to listen to the dialogue that we've already heard. And the game knows which dialogue we've heard, so it will, it will be able to skip over it, kind of thing. So, this is technically our second playthrough. We are on loop 4, I believe, if I remember correctly. So, we're gonna go to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path.
Do we... Because that was... So, the loop I would like to go for here is I would like to go back to the one where we could, like, submit to her and pledge our loyalty kind of thing, because we didn't pledge our loyalty to her. I want to see what happens if we do. And I should have taken more notes of how we got to that. And I think we took the blade. Specifically with this chapter 1, I think we're going to have to start, like, making notes of which dialogue paths we've chosen. Because for the chapter 2s, it's a bit easier to remember because we haven't... The only chapter 2 that we've gone to twice is the damsel. And we went back to that one on purpose. So, I think we'll take the blade.
Take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess.
Okay. I think we'll do this.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
Okay. We've actually heard that one before, but that was still in the first playthrough.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Okay.
There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
I think I'm trying to remember what we did in that one. Maybe we didn't bring the blade. I should have the document open is what I should do. Hold on. No, no, that's damsel. No, we want... No, maybe that was first loop. We want to get to the tower. Is I think the second chapter we want to get to. And that was the first loop. And in our first loop, we like talked to her and then tried to slay her. So... just want to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat.
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat. Don't
No,
you dare.
we'll keep the blade.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
No, tighten your grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing.
Okay.
Your hand-
There we go.
You're so close. Don't give up. You've come this far. No, this is a good idea. Maybe we can de-escalate things.
Oh, threatened, are we? You poor thing. Drop the knife, and of course we can talk.
So we must have dropped the knife because I don't think she will let us approach with the knife. And it wasn't here. We like talked to her. Okay, drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Because I think we like still tried to, I don't know. We're gonna see. We'll see which one we end up with. For anyone hanging out, we are technically achievement hunting. We're trying to find as many different pathways as we can, which is essentially the same thing as achievement hunting in this game. So we might have to look up of like whatever chapter 2 we get of like which achievements we don't have to try to like see if we can get those. But we currently have 27 out of 97 of the achievements. So I don't think are necessarily at that point yet where we need to look up something. I think we will be able to find different pathways still on our own, but we're approaching that point, I think.
Against your better judgment,
Okay,
you
I am
step
going to see
forward
if
to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
Okay.
Too long.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
You know why I'm here to kill you?
She was just threatening us a second ago. Am I the only one here unnerved by that perfect little laugh?
Oh, it didn't read the last part of it. It said, who is she?
I'll take that as a sign that you're finally coming around to reason.
I have no idea. To be honest, I don't even know why I'm down here, or how I got here. I was kind of hoping you might be able to shed some light on the whole situation.
Okay. I feel like this is one of the instances where the explore options kind of matter in terms of at least how many we pick, in terms of like talking to her. Because the one that I was thinking about the other day is our loop that we got the witch as the second chapter instead of what I thought we were going to get was the beast. Or like, I think it's called the beast. What is it called? It's called... Yeah, the beast. And I want to go back and look at what did we do different in chapter 1 for that, because we got 2 different ones, I feel like, in a very similar pathway. I would like to go back to the beast one again at some point. We need to go back to all these chapters, honestly.
She hesitates before answering.
Okay, we've heard this, so I'll just skip through it. I'm just doing it for counting as something. I think we're good.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Okay, we're gonna try to slay the princess. We're gonna see which one that gives us.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw.
Because we got beat up, so we might end up with it. We'll see. We'll find out.
It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured.
Ow.
Holy shit, that hurts!
Yeah.
Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit.
Do we both die in this end?
We can still turn this around.
I think we both... Actually, here's another thing. Oh, because in this playthrough... Okay, this is it like locking it out of here. Because I think maybe in this playthrough we already clicked on that option. And it won't send us to the same place twice. Yeah, I totally didn't think about that. So... But we haven't been to the tower in this playthrough, so either that I haven't done something that pathway. I don't know. I want to see what give up does.
Are you serious? As internal bleeding sets in, the blade falls from your trembling hands, clattering to the ground uselessly. You lacked the will to finish the job, your bruised and broken body falling to its knees before her.
'Cause I think in the finish it, we both die at the same time.
The princess, exhausted, chest heaving with heavy breaths, tosses the blade away from you. This is the end, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. She's just gonna punch us.
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
Now I'm just like disappointed in ourselves. I don't want to disappoint her.
She plants her foot on your chest and pushes you onto your back, the air leaving your lungs in a heavy puff.
She's stepping on us. She's stepping on us, y'all.
And then she brings her knee to your throat. She leans into it with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess, shattering your windpipe and leaving you starved for breath.
I know we disappointed Mommy. Yeah.
It's too bad. I was looking forward to some company.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
All right, what chapter 2 do we get? Oh, we do still get the tower. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods.
Okay. So the tower one must be connected to the, like, dropping the blade and then still choosing to slay her? Okay.
Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself.
Oh, she's definitely. Okay, because I think... I don't remember what voice this is.
Maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. What does it matter?
Broken, right, okay.
There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's just going to kill us again.
Okay, so we've heard that. Let's just go to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further.
Okay. Then, did we take the knife? We did. I'm wondering, like, do we want to not take the knife? I think we should still take the knife.
Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her.
Oh, that's exactly what we're
Cannot
doing.
stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone.
Because I know that's an
yourself
achievement,
included.
and I want it.
I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter. Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible.
So that's what we're gonna do then, right?
So please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not make this harder than it has to be.
If you say so. Okay, proceed to the cabin.
If that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here.
Okay, and then I'm gonna skip the description, whatever, because we can see that. I am gonna take the blade. Oh, because we're small, because she's bigger. Okay.
Take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Okay. Into the basement. It's interesting that the mirror still disappears.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease. This is actually kind of nice. It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Here we go. Hold on, I wanna go down here so we're not.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
Yes.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago, you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there.
Are we lusting for her this time? Yes.
It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Because I think us submitting is going to make it be... Because I think we got a chapter 3 the first time. We did end up with a chapter 3 the first time we were here. So I think us submitting would actually be following the voice of the broken. So then it would end at the end of this chapter, I think. Descend the steps so we can become the steps. Yes.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
You're so pretty. Yeah.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants.
I was gonna say, we could skip over this, but I need to listen to her gloriousness. She can do what now, Junk? She can use your body as a dildo. I hope you know I'm adding this to the quote bot. When we side, it's quote add.
You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
I don't think I want to drop it yet.
As if on command, the blade.
Oh, right,
slips
because
from
it
your
auto
grasp,
drops it. Yeah, I
clatters
forgot about
uselessly
that.
to the floor. But we didn't drop it. We decided to grip it tighter, remember? Are you really just going to let that happen to us? I have a duty to report facts as facts, and the fact is that you dropped the blade. Of course we dropped it. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence.
We're the size of the steps, using that as a frame of reference for her height. We're currently the size of a Ken doll. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
Okay.
On her command, you fall to the floor, knees painfully connecting with hard stone.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk?
I don't think we kneeled before, so you get the information about the bird here.
The last time we met, you tried to kill me. And here you are again, trying to succeed where you've already catastrophically failed. What draws you back here beyond the empty halls of death? Speak.
Okay.
The last time we met? I suppose that lends credence to our conversation in the woods. Still, whatever you do, don't tell her why you're here. It's best not to give her any ideas.
But what if I want to give her ideas? I'm going to try the explore options just to see what she says.
You will.
Okay.
Just do it already. It will feel so much better to do as she says.
You're supposed to end the world.
You weak-willed buffoon.
Is that so?
The princess closes her eyes in contemplation.
Something about that thought wraps itself around my heart. It feels like a fundamental truth to my being that I'd somehow forgotten.
Oh? Your will is weak and your body is willing. Uh-huh.
The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. And the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny. And you, little bird, will help me seize it.
Okay.
She's inevitable. There's nothing else for us to do but help her. Maybe she'll be nice to us.
Can we pledge our loyalty yet? I'm just gonna do it. I'm yours to command.
Your will was so easily broken.
Yes.
Am I that magnificent? All you need to do now is break my chains.
Okay.
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say.
Alright.
No, you can't just get into her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
Hold on. I'm just gonna take a screenshot real quick. just gonna take a screenshot real quick.
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't belong. Trying to conceal you from me.
Oh, that... Okay. Us knowing the end of the story, that's actually really interesting. To hear that and know that they're talking about the narrator.
Is that a person? No. It used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Yeah, she senses the narrator. That's actually really cool.
Is she talking about you?
I think she is.
Impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you?
Oh.
A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about?
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
Oh. Okay.
Ah!
Ah.
Rise, my little bird.
Okay.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Oh, that's her and the narrator.
break my chains.
Okay.
And how are we supposed to do that? All we have is a blade. All you need to do is believe it's been done.
It's gonna break the chains. This pose, right?
Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist. She is loose, and the end is upon us.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave.
I'm just gonna shamelessly take screenshots. It's fine. What happens now?
Nothing. And then, everything.
Okay. Oh, that is the end of it. Okay. So so that is the end to that one. It doesn't give us chapter 3. Okay, but you do not take her hand, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
It's gonna be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
Kind of is.
I don't want to look at us.
It's the end for you, but not for me.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. This is what we all deserve, isn't it?
Approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. Withered? Unraveled. Okay. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. I think we have one more loop. You're at the cabin.
There's a world beyond the endless walls.
Oh.
I'm curious to see what it means for us to know it.
This is interesting because she was so much bigger that time. It's actually, she's really big and the hands are tiny. I didn't think about the size. Okay. I always like to do the what do you think of this vessel? Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is dominance, a figure capable of bending everything to her will. She will make for a terrifying and divine heart. Do not mourn her, for she would not be able to mourn you.
Okay. I think we only need one more.
One. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
Okay. This is the last stage before your completion, and I'm not going back. I'm just gonna stay here.
You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you. I will see you when you return.
Oh, does it just take us? Does she just make us do it?
What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
that? So I was waiting. That wasn't me. It closed the game out. I know, me with the indecisive endings. I know, we hadn't actually pushed, we had pushed the wait once, but never like to wait longer than that. So I wanted to see what else happened. That's cool. Okay, well, while we're out of the game, I'm going to update that we did get another achievement. We got the Your Obedient Servant. A.M. A.Burr. Okay, I'm going to update. I technically have 28 out of 97 now. And then I guess I'll reopen the game. The ending is no ending. Yeah, that was
returned to me. Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side.
Now I want to know if we get a different dialogue if I don't immediately open the game again. Now I want to know what happens if we wait and then like literally wait and don't open the game again. Like immediately. Game. Make a decision. Tap. No. Game. Well, then I'll do it myself. Closes. Essentially, yes. Now I want to know if we get a different dialogue because it was only mere moments. That's so cool, though. Okay. I think we're ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are.
Okay.
I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Okay. What pathway we doing this time? Don't slay the princess for 5 years and see if you get an achievement. No, that's Stanley Parable.
At the end of that path is a cabin.
Okay. I guess the other one, like, we could do, like, the first playthrough, and we walked away from the narrator the last time through. Did we take the... oh, actually, let me just mark this real quick. Loop 4. We took the knife. We got the tower. It was Voice of the Broken, which I think the voices obviously are tied to the chapter. Chapter 2, yes, we took the knife, and that made it so we did not get, the choices we make, we did not get a chapter 3. Because, oh, the other reason I clicked in there is I was gonna look. The stranger. We didn't take the knife. Okay, let's go for the stranger and let's see if we do the opposite. What do we do? We do take the knife. If that gives us a different thing.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Yes. Actually pretty okay with the world ending. I relish the coming of a new dawn beyond our own. Gonna walk in the opposite direction now.
There won't be a new dawn if the world ends. There'll just be nothing forever. Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Yes, we also did this before the 5th princess the first time around, so I feel like it's fitting to go back and try for that again, except do a different path in the stranger chapter, possibly.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
Yeah, because this will give us the stranger chapter, and then we can take the knife this time and see if we can get a different ending out of it.
Ignore that annoying little voice.
Okay, I am gonna... Gonna go. We've seen that. If you want to catch the narrator part, that was in the first playthrough. But we are gonna keep pushing this.
You're really keen on...
Down the path.
Your silence is...
Yeah, well, I guess I start walking in a different direction again. In fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you...
Okay, there it goes. Oh! I think it did give us the Chapter 2 Stranger because we didn't see the princess. Okay, Chapter 2 Stranger. Okay. Not the tab I wanted to. Hold on. Just gonna keep documenting. NA does not apply. We get the Stranger, and which means we're gonna get the Contrarian as the voice, and we are gonna bring the knife for this chapter. Okay, now it gets trippy. Yes, okay. Yep. Okay, heading to the cabin now. I'm going to definitely slay the princess.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously.
Okay. The wall's there. Proceed to the cabin.
The cabin interior is...
It's a little off.
Patchwork of normal cabin interiors, all project...
Okay. Why can my brain not remember a thing for 2 seconds? We are taking the blade. We are taking the blade. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Okay, fine, you took the knife. But you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way. Thumb at the bottom. We'll look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom. It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
Oh, we can actually hold it the other way. That's funny. No, I want to see what happens if we hold it the other way.
You switch your grip on the blade.
Ah! It changes the cursor. I just wanted to see if it would change the cursor. Because in case you... I know it's tiny. Our cursor reflects whether we have the knife or not. Your favorite voice? Okay. The Contrarian's pretty good.
Yes! Isn't this so much better? Okay, fine. You're right. This does look a lot better.
Yes, now we're using Myers grip.
It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess already.
Okay. Throw the blade out the window.
Yes! Do it! Seriously. You throw the blade at the window, glass showering the cabin as your weapon flies out into the night.
Yes.
I suppose you'll just have to deal with the princess without it.
I love that that was an option.
It'll be fine, don't worry about it. What's the worst that could happen? The world ends? Oh well. If the princess wasn't going to do it, the heat death of the universe was going to come for it eventually.
They have a point. So much for knife run. It's fine. We specifically picked up the blade to get a different result, and that we did.
I'm not so sure. This place is already messing with my head. It would be much better if we had a weapon.
Throw it out the window. Well, we hadn't had the option before, so, like, we had to take a different option. Because I'm interested to see if it will still show up. Because there is that, like, thing in chapter 1 of it, like, will just drop in. Oh, good eye. I didn't even notice that. Y'all, both the windows are broken. I just noticed this one, but it actually broke both the windows. Good catch.
What's done is done. Good luck.
Because reality is about to shatter anyway. Okay. Go to the basement.
The door to the basement creaks
We've
open,
heard this before,
revealing
so I'm going to skip over it. Again, for any of these things, all the playthrough VODs are there. And eventually for future anybody's who are maybe watching this on YouTube or Twitch VODs in the future, if you're wanting to catch other things and me not skipping over stuff, all of the VODs are there. But in order for us to, like, keep continuing to make progress, I'm starting to push that tab more. We took the left last time, so I want to take the right this time.
You step to the right. The path feels soft and reassuring against your feet. The stairs almost seem to cradle you as you make your way down, like they're guiding your heels from one step directly to the next. You barely have to extend any effort to descend, the stairway doing most of the work for you. You don't feel like there's any concern that you might slip or tumble or lose your way.
That could not be more polar opposite than the left side. The left side is, like, icy and, like, spiky.
But the further you go, the deeper you sink in. First, it's like a lovely plush carpet, your toes digging down and barely hitting any resistance at all. But soon enough, you're fighting just to keep your knees from sinking out of sight.
Oh. It's squishy. Yeah, the stairs are Nightmare on Elm Street, yes.
The softness threatens to swallow you whole, to wrest control of your body and surround you in a false ethereal bliss, pretending to save you from the cruelties of choice and consequence.
Also, I didn't swap back to be up here, so stop blocking the narrator, sorry.
It's slow going, but you manage to fight against the overwhelming urge to fall back into comfort and nothingness, the very struggle to continue forward consuming your every thought.
Oh, but that would be so snug, though.
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether.
Yeah. Next time we go through this, this is loop 5 for playthrough 2, so we'll have to start another one. But I want to go and do the center stairs to see if they're any different.
Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you okay?
I was gonna say, we're just standing in front of the princess this whole freaking time. Concept art, but totally incorporated in the game. Yeah, it's so cool. It's so cool.
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
It's also interesting to note, too, that the window's even crooked already here.
The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And, why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down.
We do not have the blade, though.
You're here to... He's just being an ass. We'll remember. Oh, I'm still not sure if we should trust you.
Ooh.
Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
Well, because I yeeted the blade out the window, we might not have a different result here, but that's fine. It was very satisfying to yeet the blade out the window. Getting down here was weird. Like, I was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me?
I don't know what happened to you, but you look like you're in one piece now. But I understand. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either. We're probably stuck down here forever.
Forgot that was going to be really loud.
There's no way out, and barely a way in.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that?
Apparently.
I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back?
Oh.
Again? Have you been here before?
Mm-hmm. Many times.
Should we tell him? let him stew.
Right, I'm telling him. Yeah, we've been here before, but we never went to the cabin. We just turned around and left until...
Until?
Nothing, absolutely nothing.
It's hard to describe. Until the only thing we could see was the same cabin going on forever. And then you told us that the world ended and we died. And then we woke up, and I'm pretty sure you're familiar with all the rest of it.
It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can do this. Okay. Because this time I'm aware that it's starting. These ones are still singular, but this, the any choice, is like all of it. You're not actually picking just one. Let's actually click on that before it fully shatters and see if it does anything different.
Wait, that's not right. Go on. Take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different.
Okay, so it makes all of them happen at the same
footfall,
time.
A gentle tread, a confident stride.
Okay. So if you do the explore options, it will like slowly make them appear, but if you just continue it, it just smacks them in. It's interesting how some of them are on the top and some of them are underneath.
You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to perish alone.
I just love that. It's just yes, everything.
Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess.
We haven't actually left her in the basement yet. I think we maybe tried once.
But this... We can't...
I'm wondering if there's not a different one for this, because I think maybe they're always going to end up smushed.
Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use
In
a good
terms
bit
of
wit
different
right now.
vessels?
No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun
Alright,
if
let me see if
everything
we
is
can-
happening at the same time?
Yeah, okay. This is a different one. You just destroyed everything. I'm not going to fix you. Okay, so we still get that vessel. But we did get to yeet the knife out the window.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
Okay, I'm curious. Oh, we actually completed that chapter. So we got a dominant vessel. And I never left your side. Oh, we got an achievement for waiting it out. Attempt to outwait your destiny. Oh, that's cool. So we're now at 30. They're not. Jessica confirmed that. It still does the... It still does the same thing. If you like try for that one in a different loop. Yeah, I thought that was my thought too. It feels fitting as the 5th. Like loop because because you have gone through it that many times and you are breaking it of how many times you've gone through it. So it feels fitting as a 5th loop. Okay. I'm gonna note that no, we did get a 3rd chapter. Because I like updating titles, I'm gonna make this say 30! We got achievements!
And is that a mirror?
Okay.
Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that thing.
Okay, the voice feels small, distant as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. What are we this time? You're nothing at all. I guess I forgot about that. There's the bird. That isn't right. Yeah, we got that. Okay, you can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and then you see it. A figure faint and veiled in shadow just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
Oh, right, because this is fifth loop. Okay, a crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in glass in two. Another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. Okay. Is there, I guess, does anyone know, are there any achievements that I maybe don't have that happen in this part of the story? So I don't remember. I did look at the list. I don't know. I mean, there's a bunch we don't have. I'm just seeing if any of these... Obviously, I could look up a guide, but I don't really want to yet. I'm just seeing if there's any that look like something. There's an achievement that has a picture of Dustin on it. There's an achievement called a possum that says fool a predator by faking your own death. And it's definitely a picture of Dustin. There's an achievement called a possum, and it's definitely, the icon's Dustin. It looks like Dustin, and it's cute. I don't know, but can you actually get an ending that... Yes, that is the plan, is that I'm going to choose not the reset ending. I was just seeing if there's anything... that would be maybe this. There are also 20 hidden achievements that don't show up on this list. If anyone wants to look at a guide and, like, help me point in the right direction of an achievement, that's totally fine, because I am achievement hunting. But I don't necessarily want to look at the guide yet. Because I'm sure someone's made one, even though it hasn't been out for very long. Yes, friend! Y'all, if you haven't played Scarlet Hollow, same devs, awesome game. We're patiently waiting for episode 5. I want episode 5. I don't know. I almost kind of want to do none of the explore options and see what happens. Maybe? Yeah, we've only gotten that beast one once, and she kind of essentially instantly attacked us and ate us, and then we died via internal poisoning. Because we've done these explore options in terms of our first playthrough of a lot of them. I don't know if there's one that we didn't do before that we want to do. I want to know what happens if we just destroy the mirror. Broken down by Princess. See, I think that's what we probably need. Thank you, Junk. Yeah, because I think that's the thing, that it's like, I don't even know, like, in terms of, like, knowing what loop is, you know, is what thing kind of thing. Do we know of any voices that exist that we haven't gotten naturally? I'm trying to think. Because I would have to go back and look at the loop where we got a bunch of voices, which, for point of reference, if anyone wants to go look at it, it's loop 4 of our first playthrough, where we got a bunch of them. Yeah, because we heard the Contrarian and the Opportunist before we got them in their natural chapter 2s. Yeah. Because in the Razor chapter, you get the voice of the cheated, but I put cheated / all because a bunch of them were talking. Forgot the word. Not. That happens to me all the time. I get it. I'm just going to destroy the mirror. I just want to see if it does anything different. You don't need answers from the thing that lives in the mirror. You already know what you are. You are the long quiet, a vast and necessant God. And it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
Okay. I kind of think we maybe want to like see what this see the battle through this time maybe, and not do the like it took us back to the cabin. Does not say how to get them, just where they are and what chapters they're located in. Okay. Yeah, because I want to see how many of them we can just figure out by us playing it. But I know we're going to reach a point that there's going to be like one that is like a certain specific pathway or something. There's probably something that is like, do this, you know, this specific loop multiple times in one playthrough and it does, you know, something different or whatever. Like there's something that I'm probably not necessarily going to like naturally find unless if I'm like seeking it out kind of thing. But we'll see how many we find.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
The long quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
I guess we're gonna find out. I haven't gotten the achievement for whatever the quote good ending is. There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
There has to be another way. This can't come down to me either destroying you or letting you out. I won't do it.
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it.
Okay.
Violence and passion are
Forgot that
dances
she did that.
both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it. My masses mob you.
I forgot.
There is no beginning to them, nor is there an end. There is only the flood of bodies. And every moment you hold every possible sensation at once, and then you hold them all again.
We're all twins!
And in the end, you returned it to me. For a brief moment, you were everything.
Oh, right, because it brings the different vessels.
A chaos that needed ordering. But without chaos, there is no reason.
You seemed in pain. I'm sorry for what I did to you, but it was the only way, or it was the only thing I could do.
I saw with a single pair of eyes what I needed dozens to comprehend. And now here we are, each with millions of eyes, and all of them opening to what we are. You become nothing. A black hole of self-loathing fed by the matter of your restless thoughts. You are terrified of a power so far beyond you that it strips the meaning from your every action. But at the feet of that power, the dark parts of you cannot help but burn away. Your inadequacy is reduced to cinders by the blazing light of the divine.
This voice sounds so cool.
When I proclaimed my godhood and presented you with a place by my side in my new creation, you gladly took it. Without me, there is no future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into consciousness.
That's really interesting because obviously, like, it's specifically tied to that vessel because she's saying that because we submitted. Mommy, sorry. Yes, exactly, Junk. Ooh. No, I missed when that was you.
My threads, like yours, are unbroken. She is me as much as I was her. A thought is a vine, and some thoughts nurture thorns that bleed the soul. And endless growth
I forgot about the
that blocks
thorns.
your vision and strangles your trust.
Being death, though, she is correct. Without it, there will be no beginning and everything will stagnate. The narrator wants to end the natural cycle. Yeah. Stop the fight and fight early and surrender. I think I want to see the fight through this time. I won't engage with violence.
But violence has defined the flow of everything between us. Do not deny what we are, and do not color our conflict with fear.
Yeah, the narrator wants to end it just due to losing someone or something he cared about. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured, is that the narrator very much wants to get rid of death, so there must be a motivation if they lost someone or something of some sort to make them have that kind of opinion.
Your lover drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? Love melted into skepticism, and you pulled back layer after layer after layer, until all you were left with was the knowledge that you did not know me. You sought the truth, then. Will you hide from it, now that it is within your grasp?
I don't think we should destroy her, because that's meaning that it's like getting rid of death is what the narrator's wanting. Ooh. I'm just gonna go with the simple one here, the short one. I don't want to hide from the truth.
Then don't. Leave with me. There's no need for you to fight what we are.
Okay. This is we did this option last time, and I don't think I want to take that pathway, but I don't really want to. I guess the other, it would be a different pathway to surrender. For us to like go with her, I guess. Because this one, I don't know for sure if it will lead to something different, because we did click on that one before. We could put a save here. Just in case it doesn't, yeah. Because I'm curious, because I want to see the fight through, but I want us to get a different outcome. So I'm gonna click on this one, and if it doesn't lead to a new outcome, we'll come back.
If you need more time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time in the world.
Okay, so this might just take us back to the explore options. Maybe? No, it brings us to the next vessel.
Bleeding and sweating and breaking and mending and dying and living comes back in vivid color. A past that is also present. A pain that is everything and yet nothing at all.
I think was this our first one? This was our loop 1, so it's working backwards. It's working backwards, so this was our loop 1. This was the stubborn that we kept fighting.
You feel the shame of 100 deaths and the pride of 100 conquests. All of the peaks and valleys weaving themselves into a single tapestry, free of beginning and free of end. Do you remember when we killed each other with such fervent passion that death itself no longer sat on our shoulders?
The surrender's still there. It was unnecessary. We could have worked together to build something better.
But for us, that was better. For me, there was no better end. I lost myself in an artistry so profound that it lifted both of us into something greater.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Are you starting to see? Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't.
Okay.
There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
Okay. Slay the princess. Interesting. It's easy to believe in the things you believe when you get to sit above it all.
It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth.
What do you think happens if we leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
Okay. I never wanted to fight you. How do we leave?
Nothing brings me greater
The music
joy
change.
than to hear those words. The final piece lies with you.
Okay. Free yourself? You fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, that twisted and crumpled and bound in agonized tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of your cage pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
I love you.
This is a love story. Hold on, I'm taking a screenshot. Gave you different options than last time. There was no reset the loop option this time. Because what I've noticed is I think it's I can't tell if it's accounting for our previous playthrough in terms of like other pathways. If that makes sense. Or like choices. Take her hand. All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. Oh. You are free, and she is with you.
It's magnificent.
There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality. Something that simply is. So what happens now?
Everything. Just like it always has been. And just like it always will be.
Step into the infinite. You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contains 1,000 more. You exist, and you are aware, just as you have always been, and just as you always will be. Or, yeah, just as you will always be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. Does that count as the good ending? Looks like a glowing butthole. It was like grass. There's grass growing. This game is so good. Oh, I gotta remember to take, we gotta take a screenshot of our playlist. Y'all, the music of this is so good. In case you don't know, you do get a playlist, like, at the end that is specific to the playthrough that you just did. So it's like a playlist specifically of the music you heard during that playthrough. So good. It's so good! Okay, well, that was run number 2. Here's our playlist. So, we're not going to go again tonight, but I think we are going to end up going again. And hopefully I will actually have my phone with me so I can turn the lights on for that next part. Because we've kind of been chilling in the dark, and that's okay. So let me take a screenshot of this before I forget. Okay. Fancy! So, if you are watching this in the future, I appreciate you hanging out and watching. We are going to swap games here in the current time. So we will be back to Slay the Princess Not tomorrow. Tomorrow's community night. Monday. Yeah, I think. So I'll catch you in the future. Future. I don't know. Looney says, bye, future me.